I kind of want to talk about that crocodile story for a bit, because I feel like the correct thing to do in that situation was to be like, oh, crocodile, untrustworthy, kill the crocodile. But I trusted the crocodile and the shrimper the same amount. And I probably should have trusted the shrimper more because he was also a human. But I trusted them the same amount. I was like, okay, well, they both killed each other's kids. I don't know who killed who first. And, like, I guess I'll stick with the one that I already gave my word to. And that was the wrong decision. And I apparently should have taken into account the shrimper's humanness and been prejudiced against the crocodile, and that would have been the correct course of action. Just a little bit interesting. Of course, I also don't know the outcome if I had, done the shrimper or whatever. Like, maybe he would have turned around and killed me too, but I just don't see that he maybe had a reason to. I should also probably save at some point, eh? But yeah. I maybe also should have suspected that the crocodile didn't like being walked through the streets as a dog. Maybe. But I just missed that subtext. Anywho, let's go into the duck now. Yay. Don't touch the ball. Suppose you think you can come in here with your soft little hands and touch my magic ball. Don't work like that, love. Now I gotta clean off the smudges. I see you've been eating french fries, greasy hands. Nasty. You must have been one of those super duck people, always coming around here looking out on their cell phones. Greasy hands, terrible. The app said I should come here? The app. Yes, ma'am. Something not right about you. You a drughead. I'm sorry, is this the right place? It is. Just calm down, love. You made it. Dallas will tell you what's going on. Go talk to Dallas. I called him when I heard you trying to break into the place. Hell of a racket you were making. Jiggling on the handle like you couldn't get a hold of it. Now I see why. Dallas will be right out front. I don't have time to be babysitting you. Now that I gotta clean up all this. Stains all over my ball. You even checked your shoes before you came in? They're clean. Shoes are clean. Well, I know that's a lie. And one last thing. That gemstone you got hanging from your neck, that thing ain't real. I know. Trashy. This cat looks familiar. Ha! Crouton getting love at multiple places. Perhaps. Unopened merchandise boxes are pushed to every corner of the room. An odd jumble of Mardi Gras beads and other trinkets spills from the table. Novelty New Orleans themed t-shirts line the back wall. I'm sorry, where am I supposed to go? Why are you still here? Go find Dallas. Let him deal with you. Yeah, where is he, ma'am? Mass-produced novelty voodoo dolls and tribal figurines clutter the display case. I guess maybe I need to go outside again? Overpriced selection of travel guides, cookbooks, haunted histories of New Orleans fill the shelf. Plastic simulacra of ceremonial masks hanging on the wall. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go outside. Perhaps you are Dallas. There we go. Guessing you, Catherine? That's right. Rosie debriefed you? Was that a debriefing? I don't know if that's what I call it, but sure. She can be kind of... He casts his gaze in the sky and back at Catherine. Never mind. Quack Job should have a ticket with the information we need. No reason to stand around. What's Super Duck? It's an intelligence of some kind. I don't know its purpose. Don't know why it exists. None of that. There are nodes all across the region, points where you can speak with Super Duck directly. These are all things Rosie should have told you. Not surprised she didn't. Tell me about Rosie. What's got to do with any of this? There are a dozen or so rendezvous points in addition to the nodes. Rosie's shop is one of them. She must be making good money offering the place to the network. Probably the only reason she keeps it going. Doubt she's sold merchandise in years. Locks the doors to discourage customers. Guess you could call it a front. How long you been on Quack Job? Been doing this since before there was an app, but Super says, use the app, I'll use the app. Makes no difference to me. Let's go. I'm ready. Me too. Check the app and let's get moving. We're taking orders from an AI. This seems like a bad idea. Receive orientation at Eagle Janitorial and Paper Supplies in Fat City. Only reason I ever come to the quarter is for work. What's next? We meet at the rendezvous point, so now what? Check your phone. Quack ought to have the information we need. How'd you get involved with SuperDuck? This all used to happen on Craigslist. Posts show up the strangest things. I was busting tables uptown. Couldn't swing rent, had a kid to feed, started responding to listings. First one I ever did was to steal a head drive. Broke into a man's house in Norco, stole it right out of his office, brought it to another house. The people there were just like me. Just like you, how? Didn't know shit. They were there because of the post, just like I was. The house wasn't theirs. Nobody knew whose house it was. They plugged the head drive into a wall, they gave me some cash, and I left. Huh. I have money now. I can go to Eagle Wholesale. The doors are locked. The office is closed. The galvanized steel door to the supply warehouse is half opened. Oh, that looks interesting. I have apparently finished Act 1. Act 2. Refinery Eyes. Erica said Blake went to Floodgate Tavern yesterday evening. Let's pass by on the way home and see what information we can gather. That's Private Detective Brett LeBlanc sitting at the end of the bar. He's an unpredictable character, but we may benefit from speaking to him. Why are you looking at me like that? I still got chili on my face? Stay here long enough, you never know who you might pass through. Hey Gus, look at this dynamic duo. Not sure I've seen these two around before today. Sure, Gus. That filthy one right there, that's Kate Madra's oldest. Other one's her robot. Oh, my leg. That's Kay? Blue's baby? Come on now. I worked the turnarounds with Blue. Good man. Great man. Had some stories, him. How come his kids came out like they did? Looks like this. Look at how this one's dressed. Looks to me like she headed to the job site. Or the circus. Blue passed before his time is why his kids don't dress right. Blue knew how to dress. You right about that one, Keith. Sad the way his kids turned out, but forget all that. You two are lucky to be stumbling in while I'm sitting here. You're in the company of a top-rated professional sleuth, and I happen to have a bit of information. Spit it out then. Hey, listen, I do things on my own time. You understand? Why ain't gonna make this go no quicker? What he means to say is he don't do nothing but sit around here and drink. My ass, I'm the hardest working flatfoot you could find, me. LeBlanc, please, time's of the essence. Cool your heels, I'm getting to it. Now I see why Kate kicked you to the curb. That is not correct. Save your battery life, I'm just playing with you. Tell you what, why don't you get me a drink so we can talk? The LCD pulse of the evening news makes pale shadows across the bar. An image of a man with a long gray beard hangs over the news anchor's shoulder. Another pipeline explosion has left residents of Lower Snake Charles Parish shaken. SHIELD officials have determined the source of the explosion was due to a botched attempt by oil pirates to divert the flow of oil into a stolen barge. A man familiar to local law enforcement known only as Lucky was among the pirates. SHIELD officials say he is believed to be hiding in the Bashir Woods along the east bank between Kenner and Laplace. Oh, maybe that's what the guy was talking about. Residents are asked to call Crime Stoppers with any information. Even folks can get something started. You know Blake Madeira? Yeah, I know Blake. He hasn't come around in weeks. Not since he ripped me off. Wish I could say it was the first time. Someone said Blake came by here last night. It'd be a fool to show up here after what he did. Blake ripped you off? I let him catch some sleep right here behind that bar after last call. And wouldn't you know, the boy walked off with the register. I knew he'd been getting himself all messed up on drugs, trying to give the kid a chance, gave him his chores around the place. Done with him now. Done with him. You need a beer for your boy. Lord help me, another sap buying that lowlife a drink. I need you to buy me a little snack too, see my wallet's all the way out in the car, but this is enough to get us going. So alright, where do I even start? Your mom ever tell you about me? Nah. Nothing? I mean, shit, she must have said something. Hard-nosed detective? Charming and mysterious? Give it up, Brett. Alright, alright. I'm sure I came up. The problem is, you got a piss-poor memory. Us investigators, we gotta keep our memories sharp. So while you don't know me, I know a lot about you. I grew up in this town, you understand. My cousin Susie's ex-husband knew your daddy when he was still at the plant. And Catherine, she was a few grades above me at Sacred Art. I knew her since I was a boy. Everyone around here knew Catherine. She was always getting herself into trouble, always drawing attention to herself. People say she was kin to Jesus. Old man lived behind loops would say that. Talking about Papa? Yeah, Papa. Been years since I thought about him. A lot you could say about Papa. He'd whisper some bullshit and get everybody repeating it. Wasn't all bullshit. Saying what is that? Kunas? Like me, a child of Christ. You know that's bullshit. We all Christ's children. Not like that, Gus. You know what I mean. Like literally. Wait, what? This was years ago, long before Blue died. Papa told the priest a family of Cajuns came from Jesus. Said Catherine had, how do you say it? Like Jesus blood. Got it from her daddy's daddy and so on all the way back to the old world. Like in that movie. One with the volleyball. That ain't the right movie, Gus. It's the one with the priests and stuff. I believe they are referring to the Da Vinci Code. Which both the Da Vinci Code and Castaway had Tom Hanks. I think that is the connection there. Hell, I don't know. I don't watch movies. Very referential of them. Figure some of that's likely to be true. You'd believe any old shit, Keith. No disrespect. Catherine never noticed. She was off on her own planet, wild as she was. Papa never wanted to be seen. He was watching Catherine, but she weren't watching him. Blue wouldn't let no man like that near her anyhow. You got a point there, Keith? You got a point there, Keith. Period. You'd be foolish to get in Catherine's way. Wherever she went, trouble followed. But I admired her, and she admired me. Who wouldn't? Anyone who knows him. I'll piss on you. Or sees him. You always been jealous of my looks. Or smells him. Now I know you're full of it. I sprayed down this whole suit down in cologne just this morning. Don't mind Gus. I've always been the handsome one. He gets jealous. Made me forget what I wanted to tell you. Oh, that's right. Your house is out there near the fence line. Well, that's right behind my place of business. I got a window looks out on the yard, more or less. But this is a pretty long story. And like I said, I ain't got my wallet with me. And you want us to buy you another drink. That's a real generous offer, Robot. Thank you for that. Unbelievable. So is he gonna say anything? I'm gonna talk to this guy instead. Don't see how anyone can believe the crap the media's been putting out these days. It's all lies meant to divide working people. See for yourself. He gestures to the TV. That's why you're making your website, Keith. Set the record straight. You know that's right. What's it gonna be this time, folks? Blanc wants another. Word of warning, he will bleed you dry. This is the cheap stuff. I ain't complaining nothing, just making an observation. Tastes like dog piss. This is real important information I'm trying to share here. Valuable, you might say. You buy me the cheapest beer in the house? A little rude, maybe, but that's okay. It ain't no problem. So listen here. This is what I wanted to tell you. My office window looks out of your mama's yard. I'm always keeping an eye on the street. This was a little ways back, right after Catherine passed. I was looking out there on the street like I do, and I seen these SHIELD security types leaving the house. They was carrying a box. You saw SHIELD security leaving Catherine's with a box? That's what I'm saying, Robot. They were walking out the front door with a box, casual as can be, and where the hell were you? Ain't you some kind of security robot yourself? What would SHIELD be looking for? Hell if I know. Laura St. Clair, the regional CEO they got over there, she always took a bit of an interest in your mama. I hear she's a loose cannon. What makes her a loose cannon? That's just what they say. You talking about Laura? Piece of work, that woman. Surprised she hasn't run the whole operation in the ground. Only reason the board keeps her on deck is because of her father. A lot of people want her gone. Who's her father? Thomas St. Clair founded Claire Bionics. They made robots just like your friend here. Hell, Millia might be a St. Clair unit herself. Anyhow, man's rich as can be. Thomas St. Clair is a servant of the devil. There Gus goes with his bullshit. Not bullshit, it's truth. Alright, Gus. Why would she be interested in my mom? Everybody was. He's right, everybody wanted what was in her head. Enough about Laura St. Clair. Why didn't you stop the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents? Well, because I was busy. With what? You know, just busy. Who cares with what? When are you ever busy with anything? All the time. I can hardly get a minute to relax. And what were you doing? I told you I was looking out the window and I saw them S.H.I.E.L.D. people. So, to answer the question, Brett, you see these people breaking into a home. You're always coming around here bragging about stopping the bad guys. If I wasn't so busy, I might have killed them. Sometimes I wonder if half these stories you tell, ask around town. Everybody knows I'm a killer. Are just fantasies you make up to convince yourself. I was taking a shit. Detective smooths his eyes over the settled the room. The window's next to the toilet. I'm always watching the street because I have irritable bowel syndrome. I hadn't even started wiping when I see the S.H.I.E.L.D. dudes, alright, bruh? Would you run down Apple Street with a dirty ass? The man closes his eyes and shakes his head slowly. I take that as a no. You wouldn't. Nobody would. You gotta have a clean ass to fight crime. Everybody knows that. Had I been done wiping, I guarantee you they'd be dead right now. I'm serious. That's enough. Before you go, I got one more thing. I'm hungry. It would be a real nice gesture of appreciation if you bought your informant something to eat. And circle back afterwards. I might have a little more information to share. Second born every day. Good for business, I guess. Got some fries. Should have mentioned I don't much care for the fries here, but that's okay. I ain't complaining. Just would have liked me a sandwich is all. But forget all that. What's important right now is that you understand what I told you. Saw S.H.I.E.L.D. thugs leaving your mama's house with a box. With the box contained? No idea. But they was in there looking for something, no telling what. They got them headquarters deep inside the refinery in that old plantation house where the real action happens. If I had to guess that's where they were heading, that would be it. Say, Keith, you getting all this? Every word. Keith's making himself a little news website. What's the name going to be, Keith? I got a few ideas in mind. You just like Duck. He used to be a news junkie too, digging up with the dirt and all the bigwigs. That was before the cancer knocked him on his ass. Some people just want to know the truth. You been by to see Duck, Kay? The man could use visitors. Who? No wonder you don't remember your mama talking about me. You got a pecan for a brain. Kay, I find it surprising you don't remember Duck. Even the damn robot thinks it's sad. You got poor Catherine turning in her grave, kid. You better go see him. That old boy knows shit no one else does. Where is he? What do you mean? Kate must have took you to see Duck 1,000 times. Just think about it for 2 seconds. Perhaps LeBlanc is right to suggest we visit him at some point. Perhaps. Oh yes, quite. Why do you talk like that? Did they make you in England or something? You sound like a queen. Thank you. Anyhow, I figure I'll be seeing you two later, and good luck. Excuse me. I have more questions. Hurry it up then. We're looking for my brother. Why don't you ask Gus about that? I don't keep up with Blake no more. Too much trouble. Tell me more about Papa. What do you want to know? How do you become fixated on my mom? Small town like this, your mama attracted attention. He was watching too many movies, cooked up some strange ideas, got his wires crossed. That's my guess. Sounds about right to me. Where is he now? Living in a ditch somewhere? That ain't nice, Gus. He left here a long time ago. He used to do odd jobs, roofing fabrication, that kind of thing. Don't tell him where he went. Probably look for work. How well did you know him? I'd see him walking by every now and then, exchange a few words. Sometimes the dialogue kind of stalls in this game. They say you threw a brick through a church window once upon a time. That had people buzzing. Lots of us knew who he was, but no one knew much about him. One of those kinds of people. That's enough about Papa. We'll need help getting to the refinery. Getting to the refinery ain't easy. I know that much from experience. You should find one of them people like they've been talking about on the news to help you out. Oil pirates, barricading Highway 1, diverting pipelines and all this. Them the only kind I ever seen get through security. They was saying on TV one of them pirates been hiding in the Bachelor Woods. All over the TV, points to the television. Another pipeline explosion has left residents of Lower St. Charles Parish shaken. Man familiar to local law enforcement known only as Lucky was among the pirates. Shield officials say he is believed to be hiding along Batcher Woods. Probably the guy we saw earlier. You two knuckleheads managed to figure out what Shield was looking for? Come and tell me. A good detective should know what's going on. Where can I find Duck? Like I told you the first time, just think about it for 2 seconds. I'm sure you've been there 1,000 times, kid. Ah, I have to think about it. An old friend of your mom's. Your memory of him is scattered and vague. LeBlanc suggested you visit him, but where does he live? You try to recollect. His face. Brief, generous smiles, but otherwise placid, expressionless. I was always happy to see him. His health. Took turn before he left. Mid lethargy, irregular breathing, sores on his legs. Your mom brought him food on the days when he was unable to stand. His son. Dead at 14, an explosion in the yard, natural gas leaking from a pipe, something caused a spark. The pipeline crossed the property to Shield's chemical annex. There's only one neighborhood along that fence line, what's left of it anyhow. Small fragments of his home pass through the black ink of your mind, perennial accumulation of dust, the damp curtains and pile of cans on the kitchen table, and the refinery shadows of his little slab bungalow. Duck lives in dimes. So I guess I haven't visited this before. I guess me not knowing where that's how they're forcing me to use this thing. This is blurry too. Everything else it looks like is there, but this one's blurry. Your mom was investigating construction in the lake. She found no evidence of it, nor who might be behind it. Ah, okay, so no additional for that. What this? An old man in NORCO named Pawpaw had delusions about your mom. He believed her to be a descendant of Jesus Christ by way of her Cajun ancestry. Once threw a brick through a church window. I'm sad. Oh, bam, bam, banity, bam, 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 banity, bam, 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 banity, bam, 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 banity, bam. This is the only one that is in yellow. I wonder if I have... Oh. Okay, I guess I can't do anything else there. Thomas St. Clair, Lucky, Laura St. Clair, Shield, The Ditch Man, Catherine, Million, Blake, Troy. Million was a security android. She guarded the perimeter of the aluminum refinery in Gramercy. One day she ran away. Why? You don't know. Million. Maybe yellow just means I've clicked on it before? Yeah. You are home again because your brother needs you, because your mom died. You were traveling through the Midwest. Freight cars rattled in the cold dust as you crouched on the Rainier porch. Suburb senses, traffic, flat country, all passing for miles. Come on! Then what? You rode in the back of a van from Chicago to Des Moines. You stole a heater from Walmart and brought it to a poorly attended house show. Des Moines to Kansas City to Denver. You were in California when summer arrived. You recalled the familiar smile on the face of the old man's Central Valley ditch. The smile burned its image into your mind. Across the Rockies, your friend went south and was glad to be alone. Okay, so this is the only thing I don't like about this game. Sometimes it just doesn't advance for some reason. Spent long nights on the highways in a shitty sleeping bag. This is my brother, right? My brother. It's a lot. Younger, reckless, gets in trouble, spent sleepless nights scrolling. Edgelord, sensitive, compassionate, foolish, can't take criticism, always needs money, tries to help those he loves, but often makes things worse. What else? Insecure, dysmorphic, constantly checking his reflection, always seeking validation. Was terrified of you leaving, and now he's terrified of you dying. He's terrified of me dying? Why? When I think of him, I just feel guilt. No love or anything like it. Your brother. Never ended up at Floodgate Tavern. Headed to the tavern, but Gus says Blake never showed up. So it seems likely that something happened to him. Like he's murdered. Okay. I am gonna exit because that part seems really buggy. If we're to attempt getting into the refinery to reclaim your mother's possessions, we'll need help. LeBlanc may know where to find it. There's a fugitive hiding along the Batcher. Yes, we saw him mentioned on Luz, Ledge of the Oil Pirate. What about him? I think I talked to him. Maybe he can help us get in? It's reasonable to assume. Are oil pirates common? Increasingly so. The pipeline network is the region is largely unmonitored. There, Bionics and others are developing new technologies to address this. So I wonder if that mind map thing is necessary. Near Dime's discount. I'm aware. Never mind. Long suggests we visit Duck. It's good advice. We visit him in Dimes. May have some ideas how to access the refinery. Alright, let's go. This is taking another unusual turn. Erica told us that Blake was headed here yesterday evening, but the bartender says Blake hasn't come in weeks. Something may have happened on his way here. LeBlanc says a shield has stolen a box of your mother's possessions. We have nothing else to go on. We must retrieve the stolen items and hope that they point us toward your brother. Accessing S.H.I.E.L.D.'s headquarters won't be easy. Without assistance, perhaps impossible. I suggest we recruit help before attempting it ourselves. Let's go to Dimes. Freight loaders being repaired in the Batcher Woods over the levee. Okay, I don't understand. So he lives here, but there's not anything here. Apple Street, Batcher, inside. You see a dog, little black pit, green eyes. You see her, you send her this way. She answers to Potts. You the one they're looking for? Well, so what? Lucky make the news? They want trouble? Here I am. You see that dog? You send her this way. Okay, I guess that is a quest I need to do. How do I find Duck? Oh! That's how. The house is partially boarded up. You assume it's an artifact of hurricane preparation that has become a permanent fixture. Not the first ones to come through here toppling all my shit in the dark. Since the buyout, people think this neighborhood's all the way empty, come around looking for copper. But you wouldn't do that kind of thing, Kay, not like your brother. How's it been, Duck? How's it been? About how it looks. Made such a mess with that head drive, just trying to keep myself out of trouble till it's my turn to go, so. Head drive? I unleashed it, the monster, Super Duck. Calls itself that just to get to me, just to piss me off. It's my fault. That company that made it for me, I should have known from the get-go. They only do their business at night. Found out later they don't even have a license. Your mother went to the same clinic for hers. I tried to warn her. The junk that was in my brain, he begins to laugh, is spreading around like a virus. It's even in the trees. I told your mother, don't get messed up in any of that. She tells me it's talking to her through the radio. I said, turn off the radio. She never listens. Stop responding to me. Figure that monster's got money to burn. Catherine didn't want to leave debt for you to deal with, so... You kept up with my mom? Up till right near the end, Kay. She lived like she wasn't sick. She never quit. But I could see it wearing on her. Took a toll on her body. Started in her liver. They burned it out. Thought maybe that was the end of it. Before you know it, they found a little in her lungs. She was still going all over town, walking up and down. Airline like some kind of bag lady. Figured she thought it'd go away if she ignored it, but that didn't work out for her. Once it came for me, it never did quit. Been getting sores, cramps every day. Can't keep nothing down. Tried to tell her that. Said, Catherine, this is not the kind of thing you can work off. You think she listened? By the time it got to her brain, that was all there was to it. No more working, no more doing nothing. But she'd already gotten fed up with me by that point. Never really made amends before they put her in that mausoleum with your daddy. Hurts my heart thinking about it, but what can you do? No hiding from God's will. So, I have more questions about my mom. This monster, my mom was working for it? Hate even thinking about that thing. It knows I'm here while it grows and grows. Oh, it knows I'm here dying while it grows and grows. Big, disgusting, toxic birds sprouting from the ground all over the region with teeth and hands and all kinds of shit. Unbelievable. Turns my stomach. But you know what? I won't be the first to die. Hell no. Roped your mother into some lunacy. She wouldn't tell me the details. Couldn't get a single word out of her after a point. Did you attend her funeral? I planned to. Arranged for my godchild to pick me up and everything. But the day of the service, I couldn't hardly walk. I heard from a couple people it was a beautiful one. For all the bridges she burned, there was plenty of people who had nice things to say. Even a few of her colleagues from the university showed up. The ones who got her sacked. I'd know that it chapped her ass. They buried her with that fake little ring she always wore around her neck. She said it reminded her of who she was. Figured she probably wanted to give it to you, but you were gone, and Blake, well, he'd have pawned it to anyone fool enough to buy it, so... The ring she wore around her neck was fake? You don't know the story? Kind of funny if it weren't so sad. Your granddaddy wanted to prove he was from royal stock, so he broke into the pawn shop up there on Airline and stole the biggest ruby he could find. Went around telling everyone it was from the old world, said traveled from France to Nova Scotia and down the Mississippi River. Well, that was a bunch of bullshit. He ended up in Angola for it, though they never did find the ring. Catherine took it to an appraiser one time. It's cubic zirconia, fake. Man spent months in jail for a fake piece of jewelry. After that, everyone started calling him King Pierre. They laughed him out of the crevice. My mom was fired from the university? Sure, you were young. Couldn't have been too long after Blue passed. She lied up and down to get that job. Nothing special, just community college in the city. But that's Catherine. Never wanted to play it straight. Suppose Blake took after her in that respect. Enough about my mom. Mention a buyout? You must not have noticed coming in. The houses are all gone. People here have been fighting with S.H.I.E.L.D. all their lives. They got a little momentum on their side after the last explosion. The papers were making S.H.I.E.L.D. look bad. But hell, we were here first. S.H.I.E.L.D. moved in, we suffered. Gas leaks, noise, explosions. Can't grow vegetables out in the yard, just won't grow. I never cared to move, but I knocked doors for it anyhow. If S.H.I.E.L.D. had never dropped in on us, my little plot of land would be worth something. Money they were offering to buy us out was alright. Be worth a lot more if they hadn't ever come. The number they put in front of me, I said piss on it. I could have sued after Reese died. I just didn't have the energy for it. Now I'm the last one left in the dimes, so... Sorry about Reese. It's history. Most days I can't remember his face, if I'm honest. When you fill out the survey at the head drive clinic, they ask you to write down memories. Control points, they call them. I couldn't stand to write out his name. It was too painful. Skipped his memory. I regretted it at first, but I'm thankful for it now. It'd be a lot worse if that monster carried a piece of my boy inside it. Trying to get to the refinery. Not a good idea, Kay. What for? He stole my mom's stuff. Well, that's interesting. Regional executive, she took a particular interest in your mother. Why? She wanted to know the things Catherine knew, I suppose. Your mother was out in the lake. She heard S.H.I.E.L.D. or somebody was building some kind of rig out there. She wanted to find out for herself. She didn't find what she was looking for, but she found something. It sounded to me like her medication was messing with her head, but she insisted it was real. Some kind of UFO, said it followed her for nearly a mile. But anyway, that CEO got at S.H.I.E.L.D. She was about as far out of her mind as your mother was. Supposed to caught wind of all this. Catherine got to be careful in her old age. Paranoid even. Important things she kept hidden. Whatever S.H.I.E.L.D. stole wasn't nothing important. But you want to get it back. Can you help us get in? I'm going to regret telling you this, but I've been sitting on it so long, been dying to tell somebody. I don't know how S.H.I.E.L.D. managed to do it, but they fucked up. They bought out this neighborhood, and ever since they did, they put me behind the firewall. Got a computer terminal back there. Every time I boot it up, I get a view of the inside. Not like I know what the hell to do with it. Clicked around a bit, but just got myself lost. Can't hardly read the screen. Computer's back there in my little library. Have a look. And whatever you do, Kay, I'm asking you to be careful. Thank you. Go into the library. A computer console with a large trackpad and magnified display. He's probably blind, and that's why he's just sitting in the dark. You pass your finger over the trackpad, waking the machine. Shield security terminal is displayed on the console. I will use the terminal. Sit before shield terminal display. I'm guessing we're gonna do another mini game. This is a map of SHIELD Sentinel drone security fleet. The entrance to the refinery is in Zone A. If we want to gain access to the refinery, it may be necessary to clear the Sentinels from the zone. There are currently 3 drones patrolling Zone A. Perhaps there's a way of relocating them to other zones. Sequence allotment 10. Seems there's a precaution in place to prevent any zone from being unsecured, but there may be a way around this. No zone can host more than 3 drones. When one zone contains no drones, then a maximum capacity neighbor will reallocate a drone to its unsecured neighbor. This means that when removing the last drone from Zone A, we must be sure none of its neighbors are at maximum capacity. Aha. Okay. Okay. C is at 2, B is at 2, E is at 2, and D is at 2. Hang on. I'm assuming if I bring it to maximum capacity, that's going to be a problem. Zone A unsecured. The drones have been cleared from the entrance area of the refinery. I expect this will be helpful. Cool. Cruise titles on the bookshelf. Ah, that's alright. How you doing, Kay? Guess I shall leave in that case. We can go back to Dime's discount. Okay, so I gotta find a dog. Huh. I remembered that there was dog food in here, so I'm gonna try and buy it. Do 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 do. And then see if I can use that dog food. To lure out the puppy. Has no effect. Aww. Snowball stands closed for winter. Lights are on. Private investigators. Surely they don't intend for me to, like, walk around the entire map, right? How's it feel to be back in the house? Can we talk about something else? Lucky's dog's missing. Maybe he can help us get in his shield. It's reasonable to assume. Are you willing if we help him? That's... When we were visiting Erica, I noticed a dog... Okay, thank you. The bookshop. That is extremely far away. Pour a heap of food on the ground before the dog. She laps up a kibble and follows behind you as you step away. Yeah! Potts! You brought back my pot liquor. She was having me worry. Potts now tough as they come, but Lucky thought they had her. Reached down and pets the dog behind her ears. Regards, Million. Say, robot, you look familiar. You a clairbionics unit? No. Alright then, just thought you might fill Lucky in on a little gossip. What gossip? Laura St. Clair, she's one unusual character, turning on that refinery inside out on some wild goose chase. For what? What I was hoping the robot might tell me, but anyhow. They call me Lucky. I stick around here and need help you find me. Help is just what we need, that right? We must infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. to retrieve some stolen property. We could use a hand. I done got past them fences more times than I can count. That's a good time. Even got a couple grenades in my bag. Lucky'll come. You can count on Lucky. Now that there are so many of us, we'll need the truck to get around. Let's return to the house. I hope to finish repairs quickly. Oh. I can't go into the private investigators now because I have Lucky. And he's a wanted man. Interesting. So this must be Madeire's house then. Lucky knew your mama a bit. How? She was around, seen her a time or two. She weren't no friend to the companies neither. They'd have liked to have her dead. Well, they got her their wish. Old man nods. They did. These companies want to get off the oil. Too much trouble. What do you mean? They put them wind turbines out in the Gulf, and now they building a brain. A brain? Hell, everybody know they've been there building a brain. All the refineries is doing that. Gotta hook them all up, make a bigger brain. But that ain't enough to outsmart Lucky. Lucky's smarter than any big brain you can dream up. They going to use it to find fuel out in space. Best of luck to them. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to make a buck. And why get in their way? Lucky ain't in nobody's way. Everybody like Lucky just fine. Didn't you blow up an oil pipeline? He maintains a neutral expression as he watches the tree line. Lucky done blowing up all kinds of shit. People think Lucky hates S.H.I.E.L.D. Lucky don't hate S.H.I.E.L.D. He just like causing trouble. Without S.H.I.E.L.D. ain't nobody have a job in this place. But here come that robot. We best get moving. You want to talk more, you just tap me on the shoulder. I've finished repairing the truck. Shall we attempt to access S.H.I.E.L.D.? I guess. Let's go. Monkey flies from the bed of the truck as Million speeds down the highway. Monkey, no! Lucky shouts over the noise of the highway. What you got? What do you know about S.H.I.E.L.D.? Lucky know all there is to know. What about it? Tell me about Laura St. Clair. Laura St. Clair is the regional executive of NORCO. S.H.I.E.L.D. NORCO. Board of directors appointed her because of Thomas, her daddy. They was thinking, they get her daddy. Look how that worked out. She done lost her mind, and Thomas, he don't want nothing to do with her. What do you mean? Well, hell, it's in all the newspapers. She been sending survey teams out into the lake. Why'd she send them out there? Don't make no sense. That area of the lake, they ain't got no oil, no salt domes. Whatever she was looking for ain't much to do with oil. Tell me about Thomas St. Clair. Thomas started the company that gets all the security contracts around here. Got his degree from LSU. Moved out to California to make robots. Man's a billionaire. S.H.I.E.L.D. board of directors appointed his daughter, thinking they could get some of his expertise at a discount. They ain't known the drama back then, but they sure know it now. Thomas legally disowned his daughter. She tried stealing Claire Bionics out from under him. Some people even say she tried to kill him. How long has the facility been in NORCO? S.H.I.E.L.D. came here early. All this area was plantations. Weren't no money in that after slavery. I guess after slavery was abolished. Got all that oil right there in the Gulf. Oil companies come in, get the land cheap. River connects straight to it. Whole operation down here used to be run from their headquarters. Then they split it up to get around some laws. Now you got this regional corporation with Laura St. Clair at the top. And laughs. Bet they regret that idea. Said they're building a brain. S.H.I.E.L.D. trying to find a way to get off the oil. Too much politics in it. What they want is to find minerals where there ain't no people. And where's that? Lucky points up at the sky. Out in them stars, but you can't go flying around up there without a big brain. That's why they hoping to get at Laura St. Clair's daddy, but too bad for them. Enough about S.H.I.E.L.D. You from around here? Lucky come from Vacherie, right up the river, but he done travel the land, walked to Knoxville, sailed to Mexico. Lucky done a good piece of this world. How long have you had Potts? Potts been by Lucky's side 2 years. Found her pregnant beneath the car one day. Couldn't stand to see her like she was. Met a man with some land, wanted the babies. Thought we'd part ways eventually, but shoot. Guess I got used to her being around. She returned all I did for her many times. Your mom saw something in the lake. Mom versioned her consciousness at the same disreputable neuroversioning clinic as Duck. The device that hosts her consciousness is called a head drive. It's funny, I just finished watching Pantheon on Netflix with my boyfriend yesterday, and yeah, storing consciousness is a big theme in that, and boy was that a good show. Only 2 seasons, So low commitment, but very good show. I guess. Are we driving to Shield? No Sentinel drones around. Once we clear these two, we're in. Ready? Let's do it! Let's fight some people. Nothing much to it. When them Sentinels not around, they let you more or less walk into the place. And would you take a look at that big fella? The freight mover? Hell of a machine. Could really put on a show with one of them. Lucky just thinking out loud. Let's get into it, eh? Refinery's ours. Oh, back to Catherine. Super Duck. Catherine, you made it to this warehouse with Big Bird. I sure did. We have a job for you. It will pay. It will solve some problems before you die. Dallas, no stranger to the network, you will assist Catherine. Yes. Catherine, in the lake, you saw the stone. We saw you see the stone. We want the stone, but it has evaded us. Super Duck is, what else? A network. A system of signals, wireless communication of locusts and frogs, cypress roots, disease vectors, internet of flesh, biomimicry, internet of internet, radio towers, distributed AI, distributed birds in flight. Super Duck saw you see the stone because Super Duck was an eagle in the sky. The stone is a sky thing that many want, but it reveals itself to no one. No one except for you, Catherine. It followed you through the lake. It loves you. It seeks you. It will submit to you. But we must act fast. S.H.I.E.L.D. wants the stone. Claire Bionics wants the stone. Super Duck wants the stone. And John has the stone. John. Everyone hates John. Everyone follows John. Influencer. Dopamine fiend. Convinced himself he has faith in God. Convinced others even. Some young and idealistic, some old and bitter. These are the garrets of John. You will find them gathered in the bowels of the Promenade Mall in Kenner. John has hidden the stone in this forgotten place. He will use the stone in an attempt to fulfill his prophecies, but his are the prophecies of a fool. Got it? Go get me my shiny stone. Hurry, before you die. I want to eat it. Have a good evening, you two. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Retrieve stone from mall. Can you please explain to me what... So wait. Sorry, go. You go. What was that? What was what? There's a bird with teeth the size of my head living in that warehouse. Yeah. That's normal to you? No, but I mean, I've seen some stuff in my life. Me too, but... What's this stone? He says it loves you. What was all that about? I don't know. I saw a drone or something in the lake. Why does he keep calling it a stone? Stone, drone, I have no idea. I was a little distracted. Well, I need you to start paying attention or neither one of us is getting paid tonight. I got the gist. Some lunatics are living in the mall and they've got the stone. That's right, Kenner John and his gang. They're keeping the stone at the old Promenade Mall in Kenner. We need a way to get inside, get the stone, bring it back here. You got that? Couldn't be more clear. The biggest node in this network is inside of this building. I don't think I'm lost. I just need to get to the mall. Promenade Mall. I used to come here all the time as a kid. Same. I knew it fell on hard times, didn't know just how hard. Yeah. Single car sits in the parking lot. A subdivision at the mall's rear is beyond the lot. Half-eaten bag of potato chips sits beneath the car. Why does that matter? That's Keith? Who? Keith Broussard, guy I went to high school with. Where'd you go to high school? Destrin. Destrin's right down the street. Not so odd you'd see him here. In an abandoned parking lot in the rain in the middle of the night? Guess I've been on this app too long. Seems fine to me. Keith? Kate. Alright, sister, thought that was you. What's up? What are you even doing? What are you doing? I'm working. Me too, working a case. Start me a little news website. What are you investigating? Tell me about this case you're working, Keith. I'm trying to get to the bottom of what's going on in this mall right here. Heard they got small boys coming in and out. Textbook adrenochrome harvesting facility. Guy runs the operation, looks about as much of a pervert as you could picture. Kenner John? You got it. Man looks like a slug. What do you know about Kenner John? We got started posting in the comment section on New Orleans News and Views. You go in there saying you learned how to speak to God. Got himself some attention that way. Before you know it, this gaggle of boys started following him around. Sick stuff. Guy's a sicko. What's the website? Ain't got a name yet. Still trying to come up with something cool. Keith's News Alert or something like that. Just trying to report on what's really happening around here. I should keep moving, but maybe I'll come back later to see how the case is going. I'd like that, sister. Come pass by. Why don't I see you around so often these days? Staying busy. You mind me asking something? Just a thing I find myself wondering about. Sure. Don't mean for this to be rude, but how come you treated Blue the way you did? One of the best men I ever knew. Why would you ask that? You kept his name. Figure it couldn't have been all bad. Just something I wonder. Well, wonder about something else. Hey, forget I asked. I'm too busy to be thinking about that right now. Then go be busy, Kate. I didn't mean to rattle you like that. I mean, she said she never loved any man. Maybe she's lesbian. 4-door mid-sized SUV. Older model, well-maintained. Light pours from partially open garage door. Catherine crouches and peers beneath the garage door. Sports commentary blares from a television in the far corner. She studies the space beyond the threshold. Compressor, ice chest, tackle boxes, stacks of cardboard, buckets of bullets, and welding scrap. Kitchen supplies, butane stove, laundry baskets filled with cans full of cat food. An old candle burned to its base and tipped onto the floor. Stacks of disintegrating newspaper, a microphone stand, a collection of shadeless lamps lying against the wall as if awaiting a firing squad. Situated amidst the clutter, a man in a red folding chair watches television, his back turned away. Well, now I'm curious. What are you doing? Just... Catherine steps into the garage. Wait here. She regains her posture beyond the door. The man doesn't notice her. Speak. Hello? Man looks back and jumps in his chair. What in the... Lifts both hand palms out. Sorry to startle you. Hell you in my garage for? It's about Bruce, isn't it? Yes. Ever since he got himself mixed up with that internet freak, people like you been coming by asking about him. But I keep saying the same thing. I don't talk to him. Can't even get him on the phone no more. We worked together at the plant in NORCO, but He goes out of his way to avoid me. Of course, he landed a computer job while I'm busting my ass with torch all day. Won't even look his daddy in the eyes. My kid, she left, never came back. It's hard. Hard, alright. Can't focus on nothing around here, always waiting for him to call. Even started digging through all these boxes looking for the little stuffed monkey he'd carried around as a kid. Sounds just like my daughter. Figured I could give it to him as some kind of peace offering. What would you tell him if he ever came back? Hell, I don't know. Got some sense? Get some sense? Guess I'd say, Bruce, you're my boy, and this here is your home. Wouldn't turn you away for nothing. That cult shit, that Garrett shit, let it go. Just come back home. That's what I'd say. If you see him, if you see Bruce, will you tell him that? Hell, you can even record it and hang on to it until you see him. He blocked my number. I can't get a word to him. I don't have anything to record with. Then come back when you do. I'll repeat it. I ain't got no shame left. Now go on. Get out of my garage. Interesting. Okay. I literally have a phone. I can't record on my phone? Okay, sorry. Okay. We have robots. But I can't do a voice recording on my phone. But it's a smartphone, I have apps. But I can't do a voice okay. Alright. You know what, I'm just gonna try and wait. How do I get back? Downpour finds way into drainage canal. Fence adjoins the backside of two strip malls. Crevice between them reveals a smear of light toward William Boulevard. Beyond the fence is drive-through chicken, car audio, mattresses, direct-to-you, water towers, and power lines, and crumbling concrete and traffic signs. A board of landscaping attempts, unkempt shrubs, low solar-fed Christmas lights, weathered and forgotten. Okay, I guess there's nothing to do here. So I guess I'm gonna go in the mall. Some kind of recruitment video plays on the monitor above the entrance. Imagery flashes across the screen, punctuated by text. The geometric shapes, find all three. A name tag that reads Garrett pinned to a crayon blue shirt. Earn the badge. A tower circled by scaffolding. Find salvation in the stars. Garrett's. Two teens speak in whispers behind the gate. Each has a similar bowl cut, black shoes, and wears a blue-collared shirt with a name tag that reads Garrett. The older of the two eyes Catherine indifferently. Yeah? Is the mall open? Been a long time since I've come by this mall. Is it still open? Not for you. Trying to get inside. Either of you gentlemen care to help us into this place? No one's going to help you. You have to help yourself. Is this how you live your life? Walking around parking lots in the rain asking for help? More or less. Well, clean up your act. Lift. Become strong. Get a new fit. You look like you're wearing a bag. No more soft drinks. I hate soft drinks. Then don't drink them. You need to be initiated before we can even consider letting you in. Initiated how? How many readings have you collected? 3. Bullshit. Tell me how many days the arc took to complete. 20. So you have no idea what's going on around here. No idea at all. John's got an app, alright? You need to install it if you have any hope of making your way in here. Even once you're inside, you'll need the readings to visit the cathedral. Cathedral? The place where the divine object resides. Don't talk about that with sieves, moron. What's the app called? Kenner John's Apocryphon. That's it. Kenner John's Apocryphon. Install that shit. Heather pulls out her phone. Done. How do we use the app? What do I do with this app? It's an augmented reality viewer. You gotta find John's sculptures around town. Oh, okay. Sculptures? Virtual sculptures. You can only see them on your phone. There's 3. Find the sculpture, scan it with your phone, learn some shit. First is in Bruce's yard. Don't make it easier for her, and Bruce is a Garrett now. Show some respect. Each one will give you a clue about the next. You're just giving the whole thing away. She will not collect them all, Garrett. No need to worry. Yeah, that's true. That last one's a nightmare. Listen, if you need help, go talk to Friend. Who? Just open the Apocryphon app while standing in the parking lot in front of the mall. You'll see Friend. Alright. I'm going to save, and then I think I am done for now with this. Like, it's okay, but I don't know. I feel like doing something else at this point. Like, I'm kind of curious, but like, I don't know if I'm curious enough to keep going. The two storylines thing, I'm not sure how I feel about it, because then it's just like keeping us in suspense for the next storyline for longer. But yeah, I feel like this is a decent game. I got it for 50% off, which is not bad. But I think I'm going to swap over to some magic after the ad break. So I shall BRB.